one of a kind. Your sofa should be too. That's why our customizable sofas and more at Value City Furniture are up to 20% off during our Memorial Day sale. Or enjoy no interest financing. We are designer looks only at Value City Furniture.
Summer's here, and with a great deal on a new Toyota, you can go out and do all the things that make summer, well, summer. Like go biking, glamping, pony rides, Mother's Day, scavenger hunts.
Found it!
Off-roading. Woohoo!
Save big on the roomy new Toyota Highlander, like this electrified Highlander Hybrid with fuel savings over $2,600. Save even more with 1.75 APR financing.
Your summer starts here.
Toyota, let's go places.
Prices at the pump are sharply rising, so trade in your old gas guzzler for a new fuel-efficient Hyundai at Cronin Hyundai. Shop our large selection of fuel-efficient new Hyundais with up to an EPA estimated 40, 50, even 60 miles per gallon. Don't just dream it, drive it. Only at Cronin Hyundai.
Shop Value City Furniture now during our Memorial Day mattress sale. Save big on brand name mattress and adjustable base sets, or get 60 months no interest financing. All during our Memorial Day mattress sale. Only at Value City Furniture.
Visit Ladybug Landing's new location at 183 Moore Drive.
It's all over but the counting. Kentucky voters have narrowed the fields, and now we're watching to see which candidates advance to the November election.
Lexington Mayor Linda Gorton is one of the incumbents hoping to return to office. Hear how she was feeling about the race as she cast her ballot this morning.
And we'll see dry and mild conditions continue tonight, but storm chances return mid to late week with some strong storms a possibility. More on that active forecast ahead coming up.
This is live election coverage from Fox 56 News, your local election headquarters.
Good evening on this primary election day in Kentucky. I'm Marvin Bartlett.
And I'm Imani Payne. Polls have closed in much of the state as we're starting to see a few early results come in.
We begin with the Republican nominees for United States Senate. Now with 19% of the vote in, you see incumbent Rand Paul easily winning there with 84% of the vote. His challengers just a few hundred votes among them.
And on the other side of the U.S. Senate race, we're seeing some numbers from the Democratic candidates led by Charles Booker with 85% of the vote, followed by John Merrill with 5%, tied with Joshua Blanton and Ruth Gow to follow. Now, this race is certainly one of the biggest in the Commonwealth as Democrats try to flip the seat.
Rand Paul is a Texas native who moved to Bowling Green with his wife to start his ophthalmology practice. Paul is a strong supporter of the Second Amendment and wants to encourage second chance employment for nonviolent offenders. He's facing off against 5 other candidates who want the chance to fill that Senate seat he's held since 2010. Other contenders include Jessamine County native Paul Hamilton, who is a graduate of UK and an economics professor. On the other side, several Democratic candidates hoping to take over Paul's seat, including presumed frontrunner Charles Booker.
The Louisville native is holding a watch party tonight, and that's where we find our Georgia Godfrey. And Gigi, a lot of excitement there tonight.
I'm here at the watch party for Charles Booker. Like you mentioned, he was elected to the State House in 2018 and became one of the youngest black state legislators in the nation. And tonight, he's hoping to make history again. Now, check out this crowd here behind me. It's still early, but they're definitely showing up to support Booker. Now, he tried to earn the Democratic nomination in 2020 and take Senator Mitch McConnell's seat, but lost a close primary to Amy McGrath. He's hoping to be more successful this time around. Booker is proposing what he calls the Kentucky New Deal that would invest money to help in poverty, improve health care, and fix crumbling infrastructure. He grew up on the west side of Louisville and has always had a strong stance on gun safety, racial justice, and lowering prescription drug prices because he himself is a diabetic. Now, I spoke to his supporters tonight who say Booker's humble beginnings make him the best candidate.
Because they know what most of us is going through. And if a person has been and walked in your shoes, then they can lift you up because they know what we need, as opposed to somebody who's not, you know what I mean, that has never been in that area, know about growing up, the trials and tribulations that we go through.
And And Booker isn't the only Democrat hoping to flip that Senate seat blue. He's going against 3 other Democratic candidates, including Clark County native and Navy veteran John Merrill, who wants to address health care issues, and Louisville educator Bruce Jow. Now, of course, coming up on the news at 10, I'll have more from this watch party and those results. But for now, I'm going to send it back to you in the studio. Live in Louisville, Georgia Ray Godfrey, Fox 56 News.
All right, Gigi, thank you. Another race we're following tonight is the United States House 6th District race. Incumbent Congressman Andy Barr is running for a 6th term against Derek Petties, a customer service manager and farmer. And right now, Barr is sitting in the lead with 88% of the vote.
On the Democratic side of that race, teacher Chris Priest running against perennial candidate Jeff Young. This is Young's 5th time running for Congress. Not many votes in right now. Priest just with a 7-vote lead.
Lexington Mayor Linda Gorton taking time out this morning to cast her ballot. That happening at Crestwood Christian Church. At last check, we are still waiting for some of those numbers to come in the mayor's race. Now, at the polls earlier today, the mayor saying the voting process was relatively easy. She said she's excited about Election Day, but not too thrilled about the low voter turnout predictions. The mayor also spoke about her top priorities if reelected, including crime, affordable housing, and quality of life, among some others.
I have some new things in my budget that I'm hoping to be able to focus on. Several initiatives for economic development, a new program for affordable housing, and a new program for an incentive for infill and redevelopment.
She went on to say her biggest achievements as mayor so far include leading the community through the pandemic, racial justice protests, as well as economic and inflation challenges. We'll have more from the 2 mayor candidates advancing on coming up tonight on Fox 56 News at 10.
Well, the weather was certainly no obstacle to getting out to the polls today.
Let's take a quick break from the results to check in with Chief Meteorologist Chris Johnson for a first check of that forecast. Chris.
Yeah, guys, certainly ideal weather for today, no doubt about it, but there was no issues whatsoever from early this morning until now, and it looks like this evening, folks, will be really, really nice as temperatures continue to cool off through the 70s. Let's go ahead and jump into it right now. Right outside the studio doors, lots of blue skies, plenty of sunshine expected. Temperature-wise, still warmer, though. There's no doubt about it. We're talking temperatures, upper 70s, low 80s, 82 right now here in Lexington. A look at temperatures across the board, upper 70s winning out to our south and east, to those lower 80s to our north and to our west. But from top to bottom, a beautiful evening out there. And we're going to see clouds continue to thicken up. You can see that on the left part of your screen. Those clouds will thicken up as our next system will move in, especially for your Wednesday. But as far as this evening is concerned, yeah, nice out there, dropping from the low 80s into the upper 60s through late evening, and eventually mostly cloudy skies take over. But when we come back, we're going to focus more on those rain and storm chances that arrive for your Wednesday. And again, some of those could be on the strong side. We'll have details and more here in just a bit. Guys.
All right, Chris, thank you. Another major race we're watching tonight is the Republican race for state senate in the 22nd district. That includes Garrett, Jessamine, and parts of Fayette County.
Bodie Brooks caught up with the candidates before the polls closed.
Yeah, that's right, guys. Senator Donald Douglas is facing a primary challenge from local businessman Andrew Cooper-Ryder, as you just saw. Results not quite in just yet. Just hours before the polls closed, both of the candidates told me they're feeling pretty good. Douglas is a doctor who was elected to the Senate in a special election last fall to fill out the term of Tom Buford, who died suddenly. Cooper-Ryder, who owns a local coffee shop, has had an active interest in politics, but came to prominence for refusing to close his store during the pandemic. Both are campaigning on conservative records. Douglas hopes voters see value in his first term in Frankfort that's worth another vote. Cooper-Ryder has campaigned as an outsider who will disrupt what he sees as corruption in the state Senate and return transparency.
I'm really looking forward to getting people's votes. And I'm really looking forward to going back to the General Assembly and continuing with the work that we started just this past session. It really is an exciting time.
If I win, especially if I win big, I think we see a shift where they realize that they cannot continue to ignore this large amount of Republican voters that are very upset with the lack of conservatism coming from the state Senate.
The winner of this primary will go on to face Democratic candidate Chuck Eddy in November. Now, there was also some courtroom drama at the polls between the Cooper-Ryder campaign and the Fayette County clerk and sheriff. At least 35 Cooper-Ryder volunteers were out campaigning outside of polling places today. The law says there must be no campaigning within 100 feet of a polling place. According to Clerk Don Blevins, there was disagreement over whether that meant 100 feet from the door or the property itself. Blevins confirmed a phone call he had with Cooper-Ryder where he did say sheriff's deputies would be called out if they did not move. Cooper Ryder's attorneys filed a federal suit resulting in an emergency restraining order against Blevins, saying they were within the law. And Cooper Ryder said he had no other issues in other counties. Blevins says he does not believe the campaign is following the spirit of the electioneering law.
Thank you, Bodie. Another state Senate race we're keeping an eye on is in the 34th District. Incumbent GOP Senator Jared Carpenter is being challenged by Rhonda Good. This district covers parts of Madison and Rockcastle counties. We expect some numbers to start coming in on that race very shortly.
Another closely watched race is in Jessamine County, where two veteran lawmen are competing in the sheriff's race. Current Sheriff Kevin Corman has been in the job since 2004. His challenger is Sergeant Kevin Grimes, who has been with the Nicholasville Police Department for 20 years. Right now, we are still waiting for those votes to come in. Now, the race will be decided tonight because there is no Democrat running. Corman, a lifelong Democrat, recently switched to the Republican Party, noting that the county has become increasingly conservative. Grimes got into the race because he said it's time for a change. The big question that will be answered at the polls: have voters forgiven Corman for a DUI arrest last September? Now, as expected, voter turnout was fairly light today across the state.
Krista Spadaccini spoke with a Lexington poll worker who highlights some of the changes voters saw this time around.
It's just a reminder that voting is a privilege and it's a right.
Another primary election has come and gone. For Renita Davis, it's her 10th year working at the Lexington polls.
I haven't stopped because I think it's important to make sure that the process flows smoothly. That's important to me. Voting matters.
This is the first major statewide election with the new early election laws. So many Kentuckians have already cast their ballots before Election Day. Frederick Douglass High School is one of 133 polling places in Fayette County. Despite easy access to vote, not many people rush to the polls.
I think people think, oh, it's just the primary. It won't matter. I'll show up for the presidential election. I'll show up in November.
Primary elections typically see fewer voters, but for those who showed up to vote today, they say they wanted their voices to be heard.
Well, I think it's important to exercise your civic duty and get out and vote. The process was seamless. They're well staffed. It was in and out in a couple minutes.
Another new statewide change is the voting machine and check-in process. Poll workers say they prefer the iPads to check IDs, but there hasn't been as smooth as a transition to the new ballot scanner.
The part that's touch and go is people not realizing that they have to bubble in the spaces completely. And if you make a dot or any kind of like stray symbol, it doesn't go through the scanner properly.
Poll workers have been through a steep learning curve to master the new procedures and say they got through today with a positive attitude. For your local election headquarters, Krista Spadaccini, Fox 56 News.
The FDA made a big announcement today as Americans continue to fight COVID-19.
Up next, the latest group of people being cleared to roll up their sleeves once again.
You're watching live election coverage on Fox 56 News, your local election headquarters.
Take a swing at crime at the Bluegrass Crime Stoppers Golf Scramble, held here at the prestigious Kearney Hill Golf Links. We're on the trail to raise money for the Crime Stoppers tip line. Let's chip away at crime Friday, May 20th.
Register at bluegrasscrimestoppers.com.
For your next clogged drain, don't call a general plumber, call a specialist. The experts at Lex Reuter specialize in clogged drains and pipes. We offer preventative maintenance and 24-hour emergency service for your peace of mind. Lex Reuter, we keep you flowing.
How's it working out with Benny here at the credit union?
Yeah. I'll be right with you, man. My bad.
Benny's better at football. We're better at banking.
He's working out, in a sense.
UK Federal Credit Union. It's banking, only better.
I love my new home. I always wanted a house with historic architecture, but it might be too Victorian.
Gosh, interesting hemline on those pants.
Yes, I do believe they're called pants.
Pardon me.
No, pardon me.
At least Geico makes bundling my home and car insurance easy. I save so much.
I have come to call upon...
Just text me. Well, I'm heading up.
It's a ghost.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
It's called self-care.
A lot of folks ask me why their dishwasher doesn't get everything clean. I tell them it may be your detergent. That's why more dishwasher brands recommend Cascade PLATINUM. It's specially designed with the soaking, scrubbing, and rinsing built right in. Cascade Platinum's unique action packs dissolve quickly to remove stuck-on food for sparkling clean dishes the first time. Choose a detergent that lets your dishwasher do the dishes. Cascade Platinum, the #1 recommended brand in North America.
We don't dabble in barbecue. We are barbecue, and this is our month. Come celebrate National Barbecue Month at Sonny's, where barbecue is all we do. Sonny's Barbecue, local pit masters since '68.
Always know what's coming your way with the Fox 56 7-day forecast from the Weather Authority. Sponsored by Fayette Heating and Air. This is Fox 56 News with Marvin Bartlett, Imani Payne, and weather with Chris Johnson.
The Food and Drug Administration authorizing a booster dose of Pfizer for healthy 5 to 11-year-olds. The additional shot can be given at least 5 months after the child's initial dose. In a small study, Pfizer found the booster dose revved up children's antibodies similar to the boost seen in adults. The next step is for the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention to decide whether to formally recommend the booster for this age group. The CDC's scientific advisors are slated to meet on Thursday.
Fayette County Schools is searching for more staff to fill open positions. Staffing shortages are still a problem in schools across central Kentucky. Classrooms are filled with students, but there's not enough people to serve them efficiently.
We have several people here. We are really looking for bus drivers, food service workers, custodians, maintenance, substitutes. We really just have a variety of positions. We are trying to get geared up and ready for the school year.
Background checks will be required and are free. If you're interested in positions, Human Resources is open from 8 to 5 Monday through Friday at the John Price Administration Building.
And a reminder, we will continue to update you on all of Central Kentucky's most important races as the night continues. You can also find the most up-to-date results on our website. That's fox56news.com.
And we're going to track in some rain and storm chances that return starting Wednesday with some strong storms a possibility. We're going to have more on that active forecast ahead and some summer-like heat coming up.
You're watching live election coverage on Fox 56 News, your local election headquarters.
The same as usual can always be updated. Or should I say, chilled. It's more than a drink. It's a McDonald's drink.
Now, get any size frozen Coke, frozen Fanta Blue Raspberry, or slushie for just $2.
2022 equals double the baseball and double the fun. The Lexington Legends and the Wild Health Genomes will both call Wild Health Field home this season. 123 games means more free Hot Dog Tuesdays, Thirsty Thursdays, Bark in the Parks, Giveaway Fridays, and Fireworks Saturdays. Come one, come all for a legendary show packed with former Kentucky Wildcats and Major League talent. Grab tickets now at LexingtonLegends.com.
Before treating your chronic migraine, 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more, you're not the only one with questions about Botox. Botox prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine before they even start, with about 10 minutes of treatment once every 3 months. So ask your doctor if Botox is right for you, and if a sample is available.
Effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions, and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
In a survey, 92% of current users said they wish they talked to their doctor and started Botox sooner. Plus, right now, you may pay $0 for Botox. Learn how AbbVie could help you save on Botox.
This is a town called Basic, where the townspeople are happy with a basic lifestyle. And that's a 2022 Nissan Altima, with more attitude, more style, and a powerful turbocharged engine to help put Basic in your rear view forever. Looks like Basic will never be the same. The 2022 Nissan Altima. Anything but basic.
Get to Nissan today and test drive the 2022 Altima with up to 39 miles per gallon highway.
The same as usual can always be updated. Or should I say, chilled. It's more than a drink. It's a McDonald's drink.
Now, get any size frozen Coke, frozen Fanta Blue Raspberry, or slushie for just $2.
forecast from Fox 56 News, the weather authority.
All right, beautiful weather day it has been out there, and as we look ahead to this evening, expect more of the same as temperatures drop from those low 80s through the 70s. It's going to be really, really nice, so get out and enjoy it if you can. Temperature-wise here in Lexington, we are currently sitting in the lower 80s, 82 right now here in the metro, upper 70s, low 80s winning out across all of central and eastern Kentucky. Now, we've had lots of sunshine, dry skies today. That's all because high pressure spinning overhead, but notice back to our west, some clouds starting to increase already. And as we zoom things out a little bit more, this is our next system of interest that's eventually going to bring some rain and storm chances into the forecast as we look ahead for your Wednesday, especially getting into tomorrow afternoon and for your Wednesday evening. Now, as far as the severe outlook is concerned, all the viewing areas under a marginal risk. That is a low and severe threat, but we're still watching the potential for some strong to severe storms that could bring some damaging wind gusts and potentially some hail. But we're also keeping an eye. There's some spin in the atmosphere out there, so we cannot rule out an isolated spin-up tornado with this threat, although that threat is on the lower side. Futurecast as we head through tonight into your Wednesday morning. Notice the cloud cover thickening up. Few showers scattered will be possible late morning, early afternoon, but the main activity should start to ramp up as we get into your Wednesday evening, and it looks like that will continue. This is associated with a system, this front, that will slowly work towards the south and east, and as it does so, notice the scattered showers and storms breaking out, and yes, some of these could be on the strong to severe side. Again, main threats appear to be the damaging wind gusts and some hail, but also a very low-end threat for an isolated spin-up. So something we'll watch closely as we move through the next 24 hours or so. Unfortunately, those storm chances look like they'll linger around. This boundary will stall out right across the Commonwealth. And notice what happens. We'll see more isolated to scattered showers and storms. That's a possibility for your Thursday. Then that front lifts towards the north as a warm front. And get ready, folks. We're going to heat things up as we look ahead for your Friday. We're going to wrap up the work week with some summer-like heat. Look at this 7-day forecast. We get past the shower and storm chances the next couple of days. Near record highs possible Friday afternoon, upper 80s, close to that record of 91 set back in 1944. And we'll track in more storm chances as we look ahead to the weekend. That's a look at weather. Here's Mitch with sports.
On all the heat. Speaking of the heat, Bam Adebayo is talking revenge ahead of the Eastern Conference Finals. More from him ahead of tip-off up next. Plus a big roster retool for Kentucky. It doesn't look like this anymore. We've got the latest in Coach Elsie's thoughts on all the additions they made up next in sports.
You're watching live election coverage on Fox 56 News, your local election headquarters.
Want to get away? Love a look at attractions you can enjoy this summer in the Great Smoky Mountains.
And Bojangles helps us celebrate Military Appreciation Month.
And we're not done with the rain yet. It's back in the forecast.
Wednesday on the Fox 56 Morning News.
The only news that stays local from 5 to 9.
Fox 56, the weather authority, is sponsored by Fayette Heating and Air, committed to providing safe, professional, and courteous service to every customer every time. Fayette Heating and Air is your one-stop solution for your HVAC and plumbing needs.
Going on now at Ashley's Memorial Day Sale. Shop amazing deals on in-stock items with free and fast doorstep delivery. Buy one, get one half off. Plus, get 0% interest for 12 months. This week only at Ashley.
Culver's couldn't have started anywhere but in Sauk City, Wisconsin. Still today, we are a family restaurant. Here, nearby farms grow the food we eat, smiles are contagious, and everyone is someone's neighbor. It's a place where our love of fresh food is as strong as our love for each other. It's a feeling of welcome you'll notice the moment you stop by. Because where we come from has made us who we are, and for that, we couldn't be more proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Dude, great ride, right? This Silverado keeps me connected and in control. And this touchscreen is my command center. My command center.
The 2022 Silverado LT. Find new control. Find new roads.
Very well qualified buyers can get 1.9% financing on all 2022 Silverado 1500 pickups. See your Kentucky Select Chevy dealers.
46 Solutions is your technology partner. Call or visit 46solutions.com for your complimentary tech consultation.
This week at Ashley's Memorial Day sale, find amazing deals on in-stock items with free and fast doorstep delivery. Plus, get 5 years special financing with absolutely no money down. Going on now at Ashley.
That's where I'm at, Nick. Conrad says a final goodbye in an unforgettable season finale. A lot of memories. The Resident season finale tonight at 8 on Fox.
Now, Fox 56 Sports.
A month ago, the main question for Kyra Elzy's offseason was what will she do to replenish a roster that was down to the bare bones after losing Ryan Howard, Dre Edwards, Treasure Hunt, the list. It went on, but since then, she's not only revived the roster, she's reloaded it to make a run at another SEC title this upcoming season. 10 players in total signed with Kentucky over this last cycle, and it is safe to say the Cats will have a different look, but a classic feel come October.
It's been a wild offseason. We have 10 newcomers to our roster. It was completed with Maddie Shear, a Kentucky kid, so it was icing on top. There was a certain type of player that we were looking for, a culture kid. And so this group is hardworking. They're very disciplined. They're competitive, and they want to win. So look forward to getting everybody back on campus in June.
Now, June is the month Bam Adebayo and the Miami Heat have in mind for their season to end with them hoisting the Larry O'Brien Trophy as NBA champions. It hasn't happened yet for Adebayo and Tyler Hero, but they're the last former Kentucky Hoopers, along with Michael Motor, standing in these playoffs. It's a 2020 rematch against the Celtics when Bam blocked Jason Tatum to open the series up. He knows they want revenge this time around.
We know it's they want to get back, in my opinion. You know, they're not looking. They have one reason, and it's because, you know, they beat us to go to the finals 2 years ago. And we got to come with that mindset of they have that in their minds.
Set for 8:30 p.m. Marcus Smart and Al Horford out for the Celtics tonight. Not a lot of things changed in a year. This time last year, it was at Kiowa Island as Phil Mickelson made history as the oldest to win a major at 50 years old. This year, neither of us are at the PGA Championship. Mickelson isn't there because he's been radio silent since controversial comments about the PGA Tour, but he won't defend his title this year. Tiger Woods, though, looking for another major. His last PGA Championship win, well, it came in 2007, I should say, at the same course he's practicing at this week. Woods made his comeback from that leg injury last month at the Masters, and he says that there hasn't been much rest since then, just trying to get healthy and back to himself.
But then last time I played a tournament, so which is good. We've been working hard, and again, I have days when it's tough, and you know, the days where we can push through it, but we keep working at it. Still have tough days, and things aren't going to be as easy as people might think. But I feel like I'm doing better. I'm having more days in which are better, more positive.
Now, Woods has a super group with Rory McIlroy and Jordan Spieth coming up on Thursday morning. Must-see TV there. In baseball right now, EKU down 2-0 to 7th-ranked Louisville in the third inning. 5 runners left on base for the Kearns offense already through 3 innings. We'll have those highlights tonight, guys.
All right, thanks, Mitch. Again, polls closed in Kentucky just about an hour ago. A lot of numbers are starting to come in. We expect to see a lot more in the next 30 minutes or so. And we will have a big wrap-up tonight at 10 o'clock.
And our election coverage continues at fox56news.com.
All right, and real quick with a word.
Yeah, I tell you what, storm chances returning, guys, and then it gets hot. Look at this, Friday, summer-like heat, near 90 for a high.
All right, we'll see you tonight at 10.
Have a great night.